Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. How in the world are you doing? We got some stuff to discuss here. Miami Dolphins with their 7th straight victory over the New Orleans Saints on the road. Monday Night Football. Want to talk all about this game. Want to talk about the state of the Miami Dolphins as we head into the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Before we get started, guys, you do like the content, this particular video, go right ahead. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome. Feel free to also subscribe to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. So, everyone, as I get started in this particular video, I'm going to do a little bit of a combo of, in terms of material, of course, when it comes to my reaction of the Dolphins' 7th straight victory and my regular feedback that I will normally do, win, lose, or draw with the Miami Dolphins. And then I also want to kind of spend the last few moments of this video providing you with a little bit more of a little bit of a reality check, and we have to look at the big picture here. We want to be excited, but we also have to look at the big picture and accept it for what it is. Because if you are a Dolphin fan, you should be excited. You should be very happy. This team has just won 7 straight games and are now 8 wins and 7 losses. The season were to end after the 15th, really 16th week of the season. The Dolphins would, in fact, be in the playoffs, grabbing the last spot. And as a matter of fact, while we're on that topic, they would be playing the team that is coming up next on their schedule, actually, in the first round of the playoffs, in the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee, as they will be playing them on Sunday, the 2nd of January. Now, I did break out my good luck charm here, TD, my bobblehead, so you know he was going strong for Monday Night Football, right? We got to get this going. We got to use all our resources, guys. Got to use all our resources. So as I was watching the game, of course, TD was on hand. He was on hand as always, keeping it real and, cheering the team, cheering on those Dolphins. So this was a game where, yet again, the Dolphins get another break. It's like when the losing streak, because, of course, Dolphins won their first game of the season, then they lose 7 in a row, and then they come back and win 7 in a row. How often does that happen? And during that losing streak and the losses and the walk-off field goals and the season low as far as the loss to the Jaguars in London, it just doesn't get any worse than that, right? And a lot of these things that were going against the Dolphins, bad breaks, call it what you want, bad luck, unfortunate type of happenings taking place, have now come full circle in the form of, a lighter part of the schedule, playing teams like the Giants, as an example, who are nowhere near full strength. And then they go into New Orleans, the game that we will be discussing on Monday night, and go up against not their second, but their third string quarterback, catch another break as Ian Book. That's right, Ian Book, making his first career start for the Saints. And of course, this provides an already confident Dolphin defense with, I'm sure, a little bit more confidence, as if they needed more. And they would only yield the field goal in the first half, and that was it. And guys, let's run through. I want to run through. I usually do some stats. I want to run through that real quick. Tua didn't have another so-so Tua performance. He made a very bad throw on that interception. Finishes 19 to 26, 198 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. But now we're seeing the Dolphins went from a team that had trouble running the football, right? And even when it was bad, even when the Dolphins could not get a running game going early in the season, you may have heard me in those other videos, guys. And I'll stand by this. It was almost as if the main problem with the running game was more that they didn't stick with it. They didn't establish it, and they would go away from it when they shouldn't have gone away from it. And I think the Tampa game might have been a great example of that when they lost by who knows how many touchdowns. I mean, they allowed a ton of points and went away from the running game. You don't see that much anymore because last night, well, as I make this video, it's late night Tuesday, the tandem, which I now call Run DMP, by the way, and I made that up, by the way, thinking of that. If it's out there and people are saying Run DMP, standing for Duke Johnson, M, Myles Gaskin, Miles, P for Philip Lindsay. So Run DMP, which I made up, at least to my knowledge I did, did not really produce great results in terms of average yards per carry. So there was a little struggle there, but here's the point I'm making on this real quick, guys. The Dolphins did not go away from the running game. They stuck with it. They ran the ball between Duke Johnson, Philip Lindsay, Myles Gaskin 29 times. Tua gets credit for one carry. So you have 30 rushes there, 30 attempts. That's what we need. We need to maintain that. We need to keep that. Duke Johnson would finish 13 carries, 39 yards. We had Philip Lindsay, 13 carries, 36 yards. Gaskin, 3 carries, 10 yards. So almost like, I mean, is this a running back controversy now that we're getting? I mean, we went from this ultra thin, no depth kind of feel to it, running attack, to Philip Lindsay's a good player, guys, and you know that. And Duke Johnson, right? He had a couple of really nice hard runs against the Saints. Tua was credited for a yard on 1 carry. Jaylen Waddle, once again, the main focus of the offense, 10 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Mac Hollins, once again, with the dramatics. Only 1 catch, but it was a huge 40-yard gain down the right side. Tua just aired it out, and Hollins comes down with it. Durham Smythe, 3 catches, 31 yards. It was Mike Gesicki. Something tells me he's going to get featured a lot against Tennessee. It's just a gut feeling. He's almost been like a little too quiet lately. It's almost like they're setting this up. You get that feeling, right? Gesicki, 3 catches, 23 yards. Tommy Lee Lewis, a catch for 7 yards. Gaskin, 1 catch, 6 yards. Ian Book, I tell you, he threw that first interception, which looked terrible, went all the way back for a touchdown. He would finish 12 of 20, 135 yards, 2 interceptions, but looked better in the second half. And really, as the first half was coming to a close, made a couple of nice throws. And give the guy credit. It was his first start ever on Monday night in a big game, nonetheless. So, I mean, come on. Alvin Kamara, you know, he's such a great player. He's a big talent, is Alvin Kamara. A little surprised, pleasantly surprised, that he was not featured quite as much as I thought he would be. Only 13 carries. I was thinking more, at least 17, 18 carries for Kamara, at least. And then only 2 catches for him, 7 yards. On the ground, he finished 13 for 52. Mark Ingram, 4 carries, 17 yards. So between Kamara and Ingram, you're right at about a little over 4 yards a carry. Nothing wrong with that. They ran the ball a little bit better than the Dolphins if you want to look at it in terms of yards per carry. Tony Jones Jr., 2 carries, 6 yards. Book, 3 for 6. Adam Prentice, a carry for 2 yards. Humphrey, 3 catches, 70 yards for the Saints. Marquez Callaway, 4 catches for 46 yards. Ethan Wolf, 2 for 8. Kamara, as mentioned, 2 for 7. Former Dolphin Kenny Stills had a catch for 4 yards. Last but not least, guys, here's the reality of the whole thing. We should be excited. If you're a Dolphin fan, you're excited about these next few weeks. The chances of this team possibly going back to the playoffs for the first time in a handful of years. And there haven't been many appearances since the year 2000, really. Not many at all, guys. We have to take a step back though, and let me just review with you the teams that the Dolphins beat because in their 7-game winning streak. Because this is going to be a tough task. Let's be honest. Derrick Henry or no Derrick Henry going in against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee, you know that's going to be a tough matchup. Here's who the Dolphins have beat during the 7-game winning streak. It was the Houston Texans, a home win, 17-9. The Ravens, that was a real big win at the time. That was the biggest of this group, I would say, of the 7-game winning streak. On national television at home, 22-10. At the New York Jets, rebuilding, they win 24-17. At a home against Carolina, a depleted Panthers team, 33-10. At home again against a depleted New York Giant team, 20-9. Then they get the bye. Then they get the Jets again at home, 31-24. And then the Monday night win on the road at New Orleans against the third-string quarterback, 20-3. So you're looking at 2 wins over the Jets, a win over Carolina, the Giants, the Houston Texans. I mean, this isn't exactly the top teams in the NFL, guys. Highlighted by a nice win against now 8-7 Baltimore, who's been struggling, and a nice road Monday Night Football win. But let's also be honest, that was the Saints' third-string quarterback in Ian Book, who may be very good one day. We'll have to see. He's a young player, and he's getting established. So that's where we stand. So why do I bring up the teams we've beat during this 7-game win streak? I want to let you know that as a fan, now you can go about it however you want. As a fan, I am very optimistic, but I'm almost cautiously optimistic. The Dolphins need to, going into this game, I'll close out this video by saying this. Dolphins got to stick with the ground game like they've been doing. I'm not going to be surprised if we see one of those 8 to 10 target Gesicki games, which we need. Because Mike Gesicki's a playmaker. He can get you some good yardage per catch. We've seen that before. He has some down-the-field potential. And he very well could sneak up on Tennessee just a little bit. He could sneak up on teams now because he's been kind of keeping a low profile, been kind of just hanging out. Let some of these other guys get the spotlight. Okay, great job by Waddle once again, and he does the waddle, right? The waddle dance. That's great. I love that. I don't know, more on that. Let's hope we see more of that so I can talk more about that in future videos. I will have TD going. We're gonna have him going here. The 2nd. Here we go. So it'll be January 2nd, 1 p.m. Eastern at Tennessee. Will be a huge game, guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.